Good morning, Bella Vista. We're back, and it's time for another In the Know. We had a really small board meeting this last time.
Yeah, short.
Oh, by the way, this is Tom, in case you didn't know. It was, but we got a lot accomplished.
Yeah, we got a lot done in a short amount of time. You got to like that.
Yeah. So I was impressed, as always, with celebrating success when it looked like the whole MAC team came into the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. For those at home, MAC is maintenance and construction.
Yes.
And so we had to call in Eric, Scott, Ron, Adam, John, and Donald on Christmas Day, because you remember we had that snowstorm,
Yeah.
and we had some freezing, and we had some pipes break in a couple of our buildings on Christmas Day, of course.
Yes.
And they came in, they took care of it. It was Christmas Day and a couple days afterwards. Dedicated crew.
Yeah.
Doing an outstanding job, and for them to be willing to come in on that special day, it says a lot about how special they are.
That's right. I was really proud watching them walk in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk about, not much happened, but you are doing an awful lot of work on zoning to get things correct. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so, when the city was founded in 2007, they made some errors in zoning, and so I think a good example is here's the country club. We're sitting in the country club, and this is zoned P1 preserve. And it should be C1 light commercial, neighborhood light commercial. And we're finally getting around to fixing that. So I've gone through and I've looked at every single parcel the POA owns. We're now up to 25 parcels that need to be zoned correctly. So we want to match the zoning with the historical and current usage of the facility. We're not looking to do anything crazy. I've gotten a lot of emails, a lot of comments on social media. Oh, we're going to build a hotel. And no. We just want to make it so that we match our historical and current usage. So if you get a notice in the mail, that's what it's all about. If you see a notice, there's a notice out front of the building today. Yeah, there's
a public hearing red sign. Yeah, yeah.
That's what that's all about. We're just trying to get it right. We're not trying to do anything crazy like build a hotel or.
Well, you've got 4 down, and you've got, what, 2 more on the
I'm going to be going to the Planning Commission probably for the next 6 months to get all 25 done. It's going to take a lot of time. There is a huge amount of effort in just doing a single one, let alone 25.
Yes. Shall we reserve you a seat right up front? So you'll be a fixture?
Well, we're getting it done.
Yes.
We got 4 done last month, so we got progress. And I sent off more questions to the city yesterday. Taylor and Megan, they're awesome to work with.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for them too. I mean, it's a lot of work on my side, a lot of work on their side, but we want to make sure that we do everything the right way. The POA is not getting any favored treatment. We're doing exactly what everybody else in the community would have to do if they wanted to change the zoning on a parcel.
Well, and it's not just the POA. I think when the city actually got down to doing their final zoning and that sort of thing, they just kind of ran out of steam, and it's like, okay, we're going to do this. Yeah. And so it's not just the POA. There's other things that the city's working on to get in line with what really happens.
Yes. So, and if you go back several months ago, I was reading the Weekly Vista, and it was talking about how a property owner was changing their zoning because it was not done correctly. And that was like, oh, I better look into this. And once I started looking at it, it was like, oh my God, this problem. And the problem got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And, now we're at 25 parcels that need to be
potential problem, because you're fixing it.
We're getting it done. And this will fix it for the future. And we want to make sure, we're very transparent. Hey, we have a restaurant here. We sell stuff in the pro shop and so forth. And we want to be in line with zoning.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the survey. Where do we stand on the second round of surveys to talk about what we're going to do?
This is Birchdale South.
Yeah.
We are at about 3,800 completed surveys. Unfortunately, we have about 8,000 partially completed. It doesn't take long. It takes you about 2 minutes. If you haven't done it, the end of this month, the end of February is the deadline. Get it done. If you've partially done it, go back in, fix it, finish it up, We want your input. We've had a lot of input so far. We really want more.
Well, let's go over. I know we did this last time, but let's go over. It's more like I like this. I don't like this.
We made it really simple.
Yeah.
So the first survey, we made it very generic. We gave everybody a blank slate. They just wrote in what they wanted, and then we went through and we sorted through all those things, which was not easy because people phrase things a different way. But we kind of got to the top 13. And then we're asking the membership, okay, of these 13, what do you like, dislike? And so either thumbs up, thumbs down, just tell us what you think about
And
these
more
13.
than one. I mean, you can check all of them if
Absolutely.
you want.
You may like them all, or you may like only one or two.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't take you long. We just ask everybody to get it done before the end of this month.
Yes, because we really do want your input.
Yep.
Very important. Okay, and to clarify, it was boiled down to the 13 that are possible to do.
Yeah, there was a couple suggestions that we have a legal agreement that it would violate. There's a deed restrictions on the land. We can't do something, a lot. For example, people said we should put in a shopping center. Well, there's a deed restriction on the land. We can't put in a shopping center.
Right.
So we didn't include that as a suggestion of whether you like or dislike because it's not relevant.
All these 13 items came from the public.
Absolutely.
Okay.
When we went out to ask the public, ask the membership what they thought, we didn't put any thoughts in there. We didn't suggest, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? Nope.
You wouldn't even tell us.
Nope. No. I want original thinking.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the results. I really am, because this is progress, even though it might be a little slower than we'd like to happen. It always comes out in the end. It really
Absolutely.
does. It's good. Okay. I think we have one other thing coming up. Oh, what?
You go on.
The new board candidates. What's the status on that? The deadline?
The deadline is the 17th at 4:00. That's a hard deadline.
Of February.
February. So it's just a week away or something like that. You got to turn it in. Contact the corporate secretary if you're interested. But you have to get everything submitted. You have to get 50 signatures, all that stuff submitted in on time. So last chance.
And you've had at least one orientation?
We had
informational.
We have informationals, and so we had one in December. We're having one today. Now, by the time we release this video, it'll probably be too late.
Yeah.
So, but if someone wants more information, they want to do a one-on-one with me, I'll go through the whole presentation for you. No problem at all.
Excellent. So we are looking forward to seeing who's going to be the new people on our board.
Yeah, we have 3 open positions, 3-year terms.
Okay.
So,
excellent.
if you're interested, get involved. The pay is really good.
It is. They triple it about every other year, because 0 tripled is
Still 0. So I wanted to share some fun facts. This
we
was
even have pictures. Good for
This was
you.
for all of 22. We did 296 trips on the trails. So there's actually counters when you go across the trail. And so 296,000.
I was going to say more than 296.
I just did 296. I forgot all the zeros afterwards. 296,000, almost 300,000 uses of our trails.
Yeah.
172,000 uses of our workout facilities, such as Branchwood, Reardon, and Metfield. 171,000 rounds of golf. 159,000 covers at the restaurant. You go in, regardless of whether you order 1 or 2 things, you're a cover. You're a single individual. So almost 160,000 covers, 64,000 buckets of balls.
That's a lot of balls.
That's a lot of balls. 54,000 uses of our swim pool or the beach. 9,000 tennis matches. 2,900 uses at the marina and beach rentals. So there's kayaks and so forth. 9,400 range attendance at the gun range, skeet and trap. So that comes to $935,000. What's not included in there is lake usage, because we can't do that. I mean, we had 7,700 boat registrations, but we don't know how many times they went on the lake. We did 18,000 activity cards, but those were used and so forth. So these numbers do not include things that we can't track.
Right.
You know, how many people played pickleball during the year?
Oh, lots.
Lots. I have no idea. So we're probably, when you include lake usage, pickleball, and all the other stuff that we can't track, you're probably way over 1 million uses in the year. That's amazing.
All for peanuts, actually.
We are a great value.
Yes.
A great value. But
Yes.
1 million uses. So our community is active, and they're doing lots of different things, and that's fun.
And you know what? 23 is going to be even more so.
I think so.
And that rolls us right into the POA's first trivia night. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
It was packed wall to wall. Wall to wall. And they all had a great time.
That's what I hear. And one of my friends, I actually met the person who won the best title. They didn't win any of the trivia stuff, but the title for their team was amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so anyway, it was a play on words. And anyway, it's fun because you get to do your own team name and everything, right?
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good. So we're going to have more of those. It was a huge success. And then what we also have coming up is Valentine's dinner on the 14th. And we're going to have a harpist. They have their name listed of the individual, and I'm not even going to venture to guess.
Shay Zelinsky, maybe.
Awesome.
But harpist, what a great pick for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
At least for the females. I don't know how the guys feel. Anyway, it sounds beautiful. And I saw the menu, and it looks really nice.
We Bella Vista loves special events, and this is right up their alley. You know, trivia night. We had a band last night.
Oh,
we were packed.
I
for the
was
band.
here. I couldn't even get a table.
Were you the one kicked out?
Well, if I'd have stayed any longer, maybe. No, in all seriousness, it was great. And I was really proud of, I was in the bar because I couldn't get anywhere else. And even Scott was washing glasses. Bless his heart. Everybody kicks in, does their job.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, it was great. So you need more of those too.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, what else do we need to talk about
No,
today?
we got our next guest coming up.
We do.
Your next guest. I'm getting kicked out.
I don't know about kicked out, but we'll excuse you. How's
Okay,
that? All
sounds good.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Bella Vista. I am really proud to introduce you to Shelley Patterson, who is our new member resource manager.
Yes, ma'am.
So, before we get started on things like that, tell me a little bit about you. How long have you been with the POA?
I've been with the POA for 13 years.
Yeah.
And the last 3 of that, I was the water billing manager.
So you've been around. You
I've
know
been
what's
around a little
going on.
A little bit.
Absolutely. So, Carmen,
Carmen
tell us,
Dissing.
she
was the member services manager. She retired after she's been here 16 years, almost 16 years, just short of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good for her.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure she's having a great time.
And let's remind everybody that members' resources used to be member services.
It used to be member services, and now we've combined member services and water billing to make up the member resources department.
Okay, good. And you guys, the people that work with you, they've been around a long time too, so it must be a good place to work.
It is. It's a great place to work.
Yeah. All right, well, so let's talk about some updates and reminders. Renewals. Let's talk about renewals. What's going on there?
We're working currently on golf renewals, either monthly or annual. The monthly, we need you to come into the office to take care of that. The annual, we can do online or in the office. Also, boat registrations, boat slips, moorings, racks. You can come into the office, email, or phone to do that. and also RV storage spaces need to be renewed. And the boat registrations and the RV spaces, there is a deadline for those of March 31st. So we really want people to remember that date and come out and get those renewed.
Before we go any further, where do they come? Where's the office?
Yeah, we have 2 locations. The 51 Huntley Lane, it's the water maintenance building, but we have member resources. So that location is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. And then you can also come to 3 East Houston Road, and we're open there from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. So you've got 2 locations, 2 time frames that you can get in to see us.
And I just heard you say you can do a lot of this online.
A lot of it online.
Yeah, which helps everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's nice that people can do that.
Yeah. Guest cards.
So many guest cards.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yes, so many guest cards. We ask people, you can go online to do that. It's probably the easiest way to do that. You can come into the office to do it, but just go online, sign up. We can either mail them to you, you can pick them up, however you want to handle that.
So do people like do that far in advance? Do they do things for, for several months? Do they do them for a one-off situation? How does that work?
All of those situations.
All those situations.
All of those situations, yes. And we are really busy with guest cards, especially between like spring break and Labor Day. Really busy time, people visiting. So you want to give yourself some extra time during that time
What about
for us to get those to you.
short-term rentals? You get a lot of requests for.
We do.
For
We
the guest
definitely do
passes?
the guest passes.
Good.
We definitely do.
Good. And activity cards. That is the handiest thing. I love that.
It's very nice that you can go online and request those, come in the office over the phone. We may, if you're new and you've never gotten one before, we may need to request a picture from you, but otherwise we can use your previous picture.
I like the fact that you used my previous younger picture.
You like that?
I like that.
No, I'll just keep using that one every year.
Oh, thank you so much. That makes me very
That's
happy.
awesome.
Okay, so that's great. You've got some pretty impressive stats going on here.
Very busy.
Yeah, you want to talk
Member
about
Resources
those?
is very, very busy.
Yeah.
For 2022, just activity cards, over 18,000. That's a lot. Boat registrations, over 7,700. Guest cards, which we were talking about, so many of those, over 16,000, like closer to 17,000. Welcome packets that we send out to new customers, people that purchase houses and also purchase lots. We send out welcome packets. We want to know, where they're moving, what they can do, all the different things to get them started moving into Bella Vista. Online orders, which is so nice that we can do a lot of this online. The activity cards that I stated, over 18,000, about a third of those we do online.
Yeah.
So it's very nice that you can do that. You don't have to come in, waste your time to just get that done. And the Member Resources Department is basically the call center for Bella Vista.
I bet you get calls from everything from soup to nuts, and most
do.
of it is not yours.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So we've got to know where to send those calls. But just for example, in 2022, over 30,000 calls. So it's a lot of calls coming in.
Well, and I understand the city gets the same amount, so you all switch off. and,
Right, right.
Everybody. Bella Vista is not the most easy place to understand, but what I'm encouraging everybody to do is please call.
Exactly.
Because we can get you to the right place, right? And we want you to have facts. Go to the website. The website has all kinds of information there that really helps you. It looks a little like, where do I go from here? But go under Member Resources. There's all kinds of things there that answer your questions. So go there before you ask your neighbor who might make something up. Okay? Anyway, thank you for being my guest.
Thank you for having me. I
You are going
appreciate
to
it.
have a really fun time this next year.
We know we will.
Yeah. So, Bella Vista, we'll see you next time. In the meantime, you're in the know.